Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Prabowo Lugito. I'm here as the last speaker, which is I'm from group 2. I would like to explain about chapter 6. Chapter 6, I would like to tell you my part is a vowel and other languages and then grammatical patterns. The first one is about a vowel. A vowel is most often identified as a letter that is non-consonant. And of course, more specifically, a vowel is sounds that when paired with a consonant and syllable. And in English, we have 5 vowels, which is in Indonesia, we also have 5 vowels. First one, in Bahasa Indonesia, we have A, I, U, E, O. But in English, we have A, I, U, E, and O. And I'd like to give an example. The first one is about cat. The word A or A is vowel in that word. And the word street, another example, E and E are the vowel in that word. And about late, terlambat, the word A and the word E are a vowel in that word. And another example about A, I, U, E, O, about in English vowel. First one is A as in bat, B, I, T. Vowel E as in bat, B, E, D, and I as in bit, B-I-T, and O as in bog, B-O-G, and U as in bud, B-U-T. Those are the example of the vowel in English. And next, about other languages. Other languages, similar patterns can be found in any speech community where there is a social stratifications. It was found that the same relationship between speech and social class. So before saying anything, there is a relationship about the speech and social class, which are for the higher social group, they used to use standard forms. For example, just like the Manchester United lost the games and the team was devastated. It's kind of very formal way, but for someone who lowest group used to fewest standard forms, the examples, we lost the games and everyone was sad. Those are differences between standard forms and the non-standard forms, which is standard form for someone who higher social group and the non-standard form which is for lowest standard group, which is kind of very informal way. And the next is grammatical patterns. In English-speaking communities, it was found that children from lower class family use more vernacular verb, and rather than children from middle class family. It means that for the someone who has a lower class family, they used to say in generally about says about something or which is about non-formal way. But someone for those who are from higher or middle class family, they used to use standard forms. Here the example, past tense, and then about the past tense, standard and vernacular. I finished that book yesterday. And for the vernacular, I finished that book yesterday. There is ed in the standard, which is for the higher class family, and the vernacular, I finished that book yesterday. There is no easy. It's just for generally, and don't never thinking about the grammatical. And then for negative forms, nobody wants any chips, and the vernacular, nobody don't want no chips. For the standard, it from the grammatical is it correct, but the vernacular is kind of very general, and they don't think about the vernacular. And there is a clear patterns to the relationship between the grammar speech forms and the social group who use them, which is social group who use them are someone from the lower and someone from the higher. In grammar patterns, there is the British and Americans. For the British, for example, just like this, I've lost my key. Have you seen it? And Americans, I lost my key. Have you seen it? There is a difference between American and British. And for example, another example, do you live in the street? And do you live on the street? For the British, they use in the street. The American, do you live on the street? There is prepositions in and the prepositions on. And then, for example, another example, have you got a problem for the British? And for Americans, do you have a problem? It's absolutely different. And another example is at the weekends, and for Americans is on the weekends. Okay, this is my trends to explain about my part, and I think that's all for me. And see you.